Hey guys, my name is Haley, and I'm here to finally film my October book haul. It is Friday, so I don't know if 2 videos are happening this week, but I'm gonna film this one right now while I'm here, because it's been quite the week and I haven't gotten anything done, so let's get started. First up, I have We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. I've been wanting to read this for a while. It was in the bargain section at Books A Million, and my friend actually texted the picture of it to me and was like, "Do you want me to buy this?" And I was like, "Yes." So I acquired this. Next up, I found Meg at the thrift store early on in the month, and this is one of my favorite booktubers' favorite book. I know it's supposed to be sort of cheesy, but she loves marine type books, so I figured if I found it for 40 cents, I would buy it. So we've got this. And then Gemena came out, which I got 2 days early from pre-ordering it on Amazon, which was really exciting, and I read it before it actually came out on that Tuesday. This was probably my most anticipated release of the entire year, so I was so excited to not only get it, but to get it early. And it's definitely gonna make it onto my favorites for the year, so this was fantastic. It's also huge, like it's even bigger than the first one, and it's quite heavy. I also started listening to a little bit of the audiobook because my friend bought it, so that's quite good as well. I picked up The Slow Regard of Silent Things off of Thrift Books because it came on there for very cheap, and I own the other 2 books in this, and I'm actually planning on reading The Name of the Wind soon for a readathon, which I will talk about in a little bit. Finally found this for cheap enough that I could justify getting it because it's tiny, and I wanted it in paperback, so yeah. And then Half Price Books had one of their warehouse sales where everything is $2 and under, so me and a couple friends went to that, and I got some things. First, I picked up 13 Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson. I've wanted to read one of Maureen Johnson's books for so long because I love her. I follow her on Twitter. I followed her there for years. And the only writing of hers that I've read is her story in Let It Snow with John Green. So I'm very excited. It's just a cutesy contemporary. It's very girly cover too, like very old girly, but I'm excited to read it whenever I am in a contemporary mood and want something quick. Next up, they had another of those No Fear Shakespeare's there for like $1, so I picked up Twelfth Night. I also own Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet. They're up there if you can see them. So whenever I find these really cheap, I pick them up because I really like these versions of Shakespeare's plays. And then if you saw my wrap up from last month, you'll know that I read It by Stephen King, and I am now determined to pick up like all of his works that interest me. So I found Rose Madder there for like $1 or $2, and I have no idea what this is about, but it was a nice conditioned hardcover of Stephen King, so I bought it. Basically, if I find his books for cheap, I just buy them. I picked up 2 graphic novels from that sale. I picked up The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, which I read earlier this year and I really liked. So when I saw a graphic novel version that I've never even heard of before, and there's a lot of words in there, so it's a very wordy graphic novel, but I'm excited about it. And then I apparently can't go a month without buying anything zombie related because I bought the graphic novel Zombie Tales. I believe it's a zombie anthology in graphic novel format, and I really like a lot of the artwork, so yep, I'd never heard or seen this before that sale, but I couldn't pass a graphic novel up for like $1, so I have a problem. I picked up The Trouble with Paris by Mark Sayers. This is the book that my hyphen group for church is actually reading for our little small group, so I picked it up. I read it in like a day. It's basically the concept of social media and the internet has sort of heightened people's expectations of life in general, and they call it this form of hyper-reality, of a reality that's not actually real, but we're all trying to attain. It was so good. Even if you're not a Christian, I think you should read this because it's got a bunch of insights that I think are just important to any like 20-something-year-old especially, because we've grown up with this social media culture. But yes, I loved this so much. Highly recommend. This is not a review video, but I'm gonna stop talking about it now and continue. Next up, I spent a bunch of money on thrift books because they were having a sale of double points during, I think, Halloween or like right before Halloween. So I bought a lot of things because you got double points, and with the double points you got coupons faster. So spent a decent amount of money there. Bought the first two Charlie Bone books, Midnight for Charlie Bone and Charlie Bone and the Time Twister. If you can see back there, yes, there's a Christmas tree there. Don't judge me. It's been a rough week. But I have books 2 through 6 of Charlie Bone back there. And it's a series that I actually read a couple of them in either middle school or high school, and I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to reread the ones that I had read and finish the series. So I have books 1 through 6 now. Alongside that thrift book sale, I got volume 1 of Chew. This is a series that I've been wanting to get into so much because it sounds so interesting. It's about the detective in the Special Crimes Division, and what he is when he eats something, he can like see the past of it, basically. So like if he happens to eat human flesh, he can tell what happened to the person that was murdered or attacked. So as creepy and disgusting as that sound, I think that's fascinating because it's almost zombie but a regular human. I don't know how else to explain this, but I've been wanting to read this for forever. So when I saw it on thrift books for like $4, I was like, bye. And then along with that order, I picked up Under the Never Sky and Into the Still Blue because I also own up there somewhere. I own the second one that I got for $1 at thrift books, not thrift books, at half price books. So I picked up the other two for about $3 or $4 on thrift books. So I have the whole trilogy in hardcover now, which is just fantastic because I've been wanting to read this for a while. And then lastly, in the month of October, I picked up If You Feel Too Much, also off of thrift books by Jamie. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, I'm so sorry, but he is the person who founded the foundation To Write Love on Her Arms, if you know what that is. It's a suicide prevention foundation. And Jamie is just the sweetest guy you will ever read about or hear about. I've actually started this and I'm currently reading it. I'm about 50 pages into this, and my goodness, is this absolutely heartbreaking, but also heartwarming, and I've already cried. Let's put it this way, I've already cried like 5 times since I started reading this, and I have to read it in really tiny chunks because it's so emotionally like draining for me to read a lot of it, so especially this week. Those are all the books that I bought in the month of October. I need to stop buying so many books because I don't remember buying half of these, but thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.